Hey friends, don't know what possessed me to at 11 o'clock at night reorganize my Tomokazu Komiya binder, but I decided to do that, and I wanted to share just a short video. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on all the cards. They're all by the same artist, one artist that I quite like and have had a love and appreciation of since before I even had any of his cards. Let's go to the next page and I'll show you. There are two in particular. Right here we have a Voltorb and a Weedle from the Vending series. A series that we didn't get because Wizards of the Coast likes to suck the salt off of my balls. I remember as a kid you would see those two cards among the other vending cards in these little magazines that told you about the price of cards in Japan and even the ones that haven't come over and that sort of thing. And I thought it was so eclectic. Like, the Weedle is such a dumb, doofus little guy, and the Voltorb is misshapen, and he's, like, I don't know, what's he doing? Flying through a power plant? You got an Electabuzz in the background there. And I really like it. I like it even better than his newer Voltorb. He started in that series, and we didn't really get any in the West until Neo Genesis, which is, you know, whatever, I guess. At least we got it eventually. But, you know, I eventually did have to go back and get these cards. And this is over 5 years ago. I haven't messed with this binder in about 5 years. I had a bunch to put in, and I decided to just go ahead and redo them because I put them in alphabetical order. And wow, that was definitely a choice that I made to do. Here's a little McDonald's promo from Japan. I want to know what that's worth these days. But, you know, I like, you know, look at this Staryu. Like, the shape is wrong. Like, it shouldn't look like this, but, you know, it's at an angle where, like, the top, the arm furthest away from us is pointed up, even though it probably shouldn't be. This Sphil is, you know, angry and lopsided. Even the Snover, which is a much newer card, you can tell by the silver border. What is this? DRI, that's Destined Rivals. It's a lot more on model than a lot of his cards used to be, but it's got this wonkiness to it. I mean, you can tell, even like with these two different Snubbles, which, you know, he likes to do some of the same Pokemon a lot, so we get that. Let's see here. Slowpokes, you know. I mean, the second Slowpoke is still off model, but I think that I like most about his older artwork was like the single tone lines for the backgrounds. But I think he really, really enjoys doing these really complex backgrounds these days with several different colored pencils. I think it's colored pencils. I've seen him draw before, and like they all have a very similar look. But, you know, it's not bad. I like it. I still like it. I like the artist. I look at this Scrafty. He's like way too long. That perspective is super off. Love it. This censure is absolutely, completely befuddled. But then there's like the Seadra here, you know, in front of these clouds and sky and rocks that are not particularly detailed. And here's one from the not the e-reader series. This is Legend Makers. This is you can see he's getting more and more complex. Sometimes, though, I think it does kind of overwhelm. Like the Skrelp, it makes sense, though. You know, we're going to go through just a few. I wish that they would release his art from the TCG Pocket with physical cards. I've made these as proxies because I do like his art, and I really wanted it in a binder, but I didn't want to print it off of like a computer, so I had proxies made out of and turned them into Magic cards. This is fake because I do not have $600, as is this one. If I had known, I would have got it as soon as I could, but I didn't. This is one that I don't see mentioned a lot, is the Pokemon Test, is what I think. No, it's not Pokemon Personality. This is Pokemon... that's Pokemon Personality Test. Shit. I can't even remember what it is. Unfortunately, there's not a mine on that goes with this one. It would have been cool to see it from a different angle, but he's not that kind of artist, so... quite like the Pidgey line from Expedition base set. Some of the greatest artwork in the game came from the e-reader series. He didn't do a single dark Pokemon in Team Rocket Returns, but he did a lot of Pokemon in Team Rocket Returns. That's really odd. Here's one Pawniard that he did. And then this one. He doesn't do a whole lot of full art cards, or at least he hasn't until recently. This is the first one he ever did, and then there was Galarian, Slow King V, and I love Nuzleaf. That's one of my favorite Pokemon. I can't believe I don't have this one in English. It's just a Neo Revelations card. I should be able to find it, but whatever. I think, yeah, I like this Murkrow a little bit better because it's it's got more presence. This one's, just hoarding stuff, which, it's not bad. I like the Onyx here in the cave, afraid of the rain coming down with a couple of Zubats, and this one is just kind of like chilling, I guess. We got a couple of different Moo Moo Milks here. Here's a Sentret nursing on a... I think it's actually just a bottle. Like, it's just some kind of weird cow-shaped bottle. But it's got, like, cow nipples, and we can't have that. And by coincidence, it's right next to Miltank, which is very funny to me. So we got the other Moo Moo Milk over here. Kind of a shame. Mankey from Aquapolis. And the Primate was over there in the other ones, but this one you can kind of see the difference too, because Magneton and Magnemite are different Pokemon, but they're very similar. He's got like a wonky Magnemite here, and then he gets a little bit more complicated. This is a really good line too. We actually did get that Machamp, which is great because that's a Masaki promo, and I would not have been able to afford one otherwise. I did Fossil Sandstorm. He did the Lotad and line. I did a light Slowbro. I did the Leedian and Ledyba from Neo Destiny. I like this coughing too. I didn't mention it earlier, but it's not because it's alphabetically not over there. That's one of the things I have been... I got some extra spaces here. That one's going to be the full art for Carablast when I get it. He did all of Janine's Pokemon in the Versus series, so I have all of them here. Thank God. They shot up for no reason. No one wanted them. No one wants them, but apparently they do now. He only did 4 Delta species Pokemon, interestingly enough. Vibrava, Horsey, Dratini, and one other I'm forgetting. See, here's look at that Hitmonchan from what is that? Aquapolis 2. So yeah, that would have been Aquapolis, because that's yeah. There's no Aquapolis Hitmonlee he did, which is weird. If he did, though, I don't know about it, and I will be very mad to find out. Now, here's a great Growlithe here. So he's just sitting under a table with people eating. This Golbat has presence. I'm telling you. It's got a diagram of Ho-Oh on the ground, like the what's the thing? The Nazca lines, Nazca Ho-Oh. Unfortunately, a lot of these are Sky Ridge. These are expensive cards that I don't have. Here's the big Galarian Slowking. That was a little pricey for me at the time. It's probably worse now. Here's Frigibax. He did the entire Baxcalibur line in Paldean Fates for one reason or another as secret rares, and so I made sure to get them pretty early. And that's Exploud. He's got a couple of Farfetch'd. I like the weird looking Farfetch that's kind of dancing around stuff from the vending series. Two different Executes, which are not all that dissimilar, really. I like the ones where they're yelling at the dumb one, which is what I assume they're doing. Eevee and Snorlax GX is extremely expensive. Boy, am I glad I got that when I did. I already knew I was interested in his work, so I picked that up when it came out. And Trio, that's some good art. They use it in Pocket. That Drowsy just came out in Pocket, and I know that Drillbur is. And it's the only Korean card I have in this set. Drampa, Dreepy, Double Gust. I like the trainers he did. He should have done more trainers. That Ditto, pretty cool, pretty tight. Actually really good, too. At least it was at the time. I don't know. Probably isn't anymore. At least I wouldn't try it. Dark Slowking, Dedenne, Dark Omastar, Dark Ammonite. Dark Ammonite, even though it comes from a fossil, whatever, it's fine. I don't care. I'm glad to have the art. It's Clefairy from Expedition. I had a lot of Expedition back in the day, not so much the other two sets. I think the Charcadet, this one from one of the newer sets, PFL. I don't remember what that one is. I like the derpy little Chansey here holding its egg. Is that what it's doing? Hold on. Yeah, it's holding an egg. I had to get the Japanese version of that Celebi because I have one in my XY promo collection, but I didn't want to cannibalize it. And the English version was extremely expensive because it was apparently a very limited product. I like the camera up jumping. This Carvana has some aura. I actually almost thought it was someone else when I looked at it earlier. I was like, did I have this in my book by accident? Burmese Sandy Cloak, Bulbasaur. He did Brute Bomb. Whoa. Bronzong. Not even from the same era. Sometimes it's funny. Here's Baxcalibur. I think the next page is the last one. And there's an Arctibax, Ambipom. The only two Alolan Pokemon he's ever done, which I guess is good. Otherwise, this entire page would be Apom and 8 Alolan Pokemon. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. You have a good night.